Welcome back guys to Phylum Predicts. I'm your Phylum admin, and today it's not business as usual. Today I'm not going to give you any predictions. We're just done doing these relations, as you can see right here. And so what I just want to do is quickly just walk you through a brief history of the Phylum model, how I came about it, and actually the new improved version of the model itself, what you have done to this one, because I believe none of you have seen this one before, because I've always used this one only, this side of the sheet only, this goal factory only, but now we have actually decided to go through, and it is very, very helpful. So let me just go take you through a brief history of the Phylum model. So the Phylum model was built at a time I was so much obsessed with turning 5 shillings into 10 shillings, a 1:1 risk reward. I really wanted to find something that could do so, and I thought, because it is not something that I actually plan maybe to do it full time, but probably something I wanted to do it as an investment. All right, so I had to build something that I can put my money into. So I first decided to sit on this. All right, so this is just the probability, the halftime full day probabilities. It calculates halftime full time probabilities of 3 games at once. All right, and as you can see right here, I just feed the data right there, and then it does 7 over 729 probabilities. And as you can see right here, we are starting at A, meaning team 1 winning, team 1's in those 3 games winning all through halftime and full time. All right, and then it ends, let's scroll this, it's quite a long spreadsheet. Let's look at all of these, and it ends at B, where we expect team 2s to win throughout the halftime full time probabilities. And also, and as you can see, even without them, we also, for the draw, we expect a draw, maybe a team 1 halftime. And that's the only thing that separates this spreadsheet, because you can see it's in 3 segments. All right, so this first segment is where we expect team 1 to win the first game, team 1 to win at halftime, and then the first game we expect a draw at halftime. As you can see, it's a lead. And then for the third game, for the first game, still on this side, we expect team 2, the one being to win actually the halftime. And then the journey goes on, as you can see from this, because you can see they all look just similar. All right, but just the difference is team 1 at halftime, because it's the only probabilities, guys, so you guys can actually go through, can actually understand. So these are halftime full time probabilities. The issue with this is, when we built it, you are looking at exactly how we can do the both team to score market, and the thing is, we had to build some other relations and actually find things deeper to actually give us the halftime full time, the both team to score markets. All right, but this one was good. The thing is, it was not that much accurate, so we went on ahead to make the goal factory. Now see here, the goal factory has been developed in, I think, 4 phases. So the first phase is basic mathematics, as you can see right here, and as you can see how interactive this spreadsheet is, because up to the end of the data of the functions, it closes, and when I open, it does what? It opens the whole data for the whole game. All right, so when we come back here, see, the first phase was from here up to, I think, here. This is just basic mathematics, the basic mathematics that everyone knows. Now the issue is, when we came to the expected goals 1, there was some contradicting info right there, because you are not really sure what you are doing right there. I wasn't really sure that the concept that I applied here was really something I should, and I actually identified that very early while I was making this model. All right, so that's the first phase, doing just simple mathematics. And then the second phase, here, from here up to here, this phase we were doing the deviations from the actual results. So because here we've got a 1-1, I presume probably the game did not end at 1-1, so there must have been a deviation from what? From the data, and actually the actual scoring. All right, so right here we expected a total of 2, expected a 1-1 on that game. Now that's the first phase. And then when we come to the second phase, now here there's a concept that we built, and this concept we have built it for games that have got almost equal capabilities. All right, so almost equal capabilities. And also this one, there's a concept right here that we have not yet addressed, but we are going to address right here. There's a concept because, as you can see, we did the concept here, and we are trying to we'll actually try to do it for this side here as well. All right, so don't really worry, we're going to work on it. But the relations was built on that. It was on our face. It's been a journey of around 3 to 4 years right now. And then the conceding rate, also something that we are going to address. And then when we come to this is the third phase. Then the fourth phase, now the fourth phase, we are taking all these relations to the left. Now we are trying now to see on a random sample of data, how often did the relations right here give an accurate prediction, or maybe specific market. All right, so if it's the over 1.5, this one we've got relations of the 100%, and that's why you hear us say that we expect an 2 over 1.5 or maybe 1 over 1.5 for the 100%. Then when you come to the 90s, similar story, and when you come to the 80s, also similar stories. Like here, there were 80% of the random sample that we took, so random games that we took, that had these same relations on this side actually gave of 1.5, a double chance on it only 1, and then 3 of 1.5s. All right, yep. So that was the fourth phase of this stuff. Now the fifth thing that we did was to automate the relations, and the automated relations is where we have been giving you the predictions from. As you can see right here, you've got the games right here, and then the automated predictions for it. Now these automated predictions, it picks from the goal factory, comes here and checks right here, like we expect 2 of 1.5, and then we expect an over 1.5 with a double chance on or 2. Remember, this is the one we used to call the sacred relations, and as you can see here they are. And I think it should be here, St. Pauli Hostel Kiel. All right, so when the spreadsheet on this side of the automated relation sees it, it actually tells us that we expect that game on this relation, and we usually call this relation the sacred. But now the thing is, it has not been sacred on this specific day. Actually, the data I'm showing you right here, as you can see, majority of them lost. All right, then we have the both seem to score for the 80%, really didn't work well. For this one also, it does not really occur that much, and then the probability of all of them happening for this tree is really low. And then we've got this one of the best on the day that you are building these relations, but after that, recently, really poor, right? And then one very good relation also was this one for the equal. This one also was working for a couple of days and then stopped working again. And then when it came now to the contradicting info, now the contradicting info, remember, is where we expect, like on this first game, we expected score 2, team 1 to win a 2-1, and then expected score 3, we expect a 1-2 for team 2. Now that's a contradicting info right there. All right, so that has been the journey. Now the thing is, on this specific day, on 29th of November, we gave you 8 games. We actually had 9, because this one we didn't give because the relations for them does not really win. Look at this, should be a game right here. This one is Kotrigic versus Michelin. It does not really have, but has got. But generally, I think for the week we took the report for, really worked very poor, right? So we thought we are not really going to concentrate on it, but we are going just to write it, just in case we see something, some positive outcomes, we might decide to use it. All right, and then after that, all these games that we gave, I think only 2 won out of the 8, only 2 won. All the rest lost. And then now we came back and thought there's some issue we had with this side here. The concept that we applied right here was not a concept that I really liked a lot, even from the starting point of it. So I decided, let me use just some complex mathematics into it. Try find the probabilities of each score lines happening, and also try find if the golden ratio can be useful for that specific game. All right, the golden ratio, remember from the fib levels, the golden ratio is a special number. The golden ratio, both the golden ratio, the pi and the Euler's, but I just thought to use the golden ratio. Later I'm going to think about the pi, and then I've got the whole chart in my room. Some of us worship math, so I use this one. I built this one, and actually we just finished doing it yesterday. So what I want to do right now is just take you quickly through just the relations and try to show you that what we picked was actually wrong. The relations we had were not backed up even by this relation right here. Let me show you like this first game. This first game we had a maximum for this relation. Now let me just explain to you. This is just basic mathematics. I've ignored this part. Our main area of interest is this side and this side. All right, and what we are going to look, the max, we are going to look from here, and then you are going to look for the golden from here. All right, you understand? So if you are going to look for the maximum is the maximum percentage we have here, which is this one here, which is 10.4, 10.70. Now where does it lie? It lies where team 2 has got 1 goal, and it lies where team 1 has got 1 goal. So we expect a 1-1 scoreline for this game. So we expect 1-1 for that game, for the first relation. All right, let me try doing this. Should be a number. Let me write it. Scoreline, we expect 1-1. Nice. And then I decided, if you are going to look at this 10.7, we must also look at the immediate probability just below it. So after 10.70, we are going to look at the immediate, which should be 9.21. Not really immediate on the what you can see, but the immediate, the lower, the next one before we arrive to the maximum, which is 10.7, which is now the one that follows it below it. So we are going to look at 9.12. All right, so 9.12 lies at 2-1. So we are going to look at SC at 2-1. And then when we come here to the golden ratio, which gives you a 0.001, let's look at where it lies here. It must be at this point right here. So when it's at this point right here, I'm going just to count 1, 2, 1, 2, and then come and settle at this one. This is the third game that this is the percentage that I'm looking into. So what do we expect? We expect a 2-0. So here we expect scoreline over 2-0. Now look at something that we've got a relation in this game. For all of these predictions, we expect an over 1.5. All right, and is it bad if we could have picked an over 1.5 as the actual that we picked, because we also picked an over 1.5, and this actual over 1.5 was a contradicting info. Look at here, it was a contradicting info for the 1.5 and had the 1.37 odds. Let me tell you guys, it went on a 1-1 scoreline, meaning this game won. All right, because they all agreed we're expecting an over 1.5. Now let's come now to the next game, which should be in Croatia. Now the next game is this game. We expect NK Opatija versus HNK Vukovar. We talked over double chance on Russia, and we also talked over both stream to score, because majority of the double chance on Russia gave us a both stream to score in the previous days. All right, so let's see at what statistics tell us. So we expect a 13 points to be the highest. So we're expecting this one, 13.11. All right, so 13.11 is at 1-0. So we expect a scoreline of 1-0. And then after that, we expect the immediate below it should be on this data set should be around 12.50, which just follows it. So we expect a 1-1 because it lies at what? At 1 and at 1. All right, so that's nice. And then we come out to the golden ratio, got 0.0051. This one should be 51.76, which is this one right here, which is at this point right here, which you expect a 0-1. So you expect a SC 0-1. 1. Now, tell us now what relation you got in this game. For all of them, none of them went past over 2.5. None of them went past over 3.5. None of them went. We've got an over 1.5. Only one, but all of them never agreed that we are going to expect a both team to score, or maybe even goals in the game, or leave alone just the over 1.5. None of them said so. So we should have picked an under 2.5 or an under 3.5, but we instead picked both team to score, which was something that if we had this data earlier, we could have not picked. Alright, so this one lost because we should have expected the under market. We should have seen it on the under market if we had this thing earlier, if we had addressed this thing earlier. Alright, let's leave that game and go to the next game, which should be in East Bengal versus Northeast United. We expect over 1.5. Let me first confirm if actually we are recording this. Yeah, sure, it's being recorded. So East Bengal, let's come here. East Bengal, we expect at 13.12. 13.12, where is it? Because I didn't really say if this game, what the scoring for this game went. This game went on a 0-0 scoring. This game went on a 0-0 scoring. This one went on a 1-1. Alright. Okay, so let's go to East Bengal. In East Bengal, we expected at 13.12 to be the highest on this side, 13.12, which lies at a C1-1. 1 goal and 1 goal. So we are going to take SC1-1. And then when we come to the just immediate below it, which should be a number just below it, 13, before 13 we go to 11.12, we should be here, which we expect a 0-1. So we expect SC 0-1 for that. That one already tells us that we expect under 1.5. Now let's go now to the golden ratio. The golden ratio tells us that we expect 0.002. Where is it? It should be here. We expect a 1, which should be a number here. Actually, when this relation right here is exactly what is right here, but just this one has got the golden ratio worked out for it, or the deviation from the golden ratio, the closest to the golden ratio. So which is the we're just looking from up here. So 7.84, which should be at 1-2 scoring. Alright, so we expect an SC 1-2. So only two of them agree that we're going to expect of 1.5, but one didn't. Alright, so what should we have picked? Because we picked of 1.5 for this game, and I know we were set up for a disappointment, because if one of them disagreed with that, we had a 1-0 scoring, and actually lost because we had SC 1-0 scoring. That's actually what we had in that game. They didn't agree that we're going to have the 1.5 here, and we didn't have them. So let's go into the next game. Next game should be at let's look at what I think this one, Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg, we expected an of 1.5. Let's look at it. So Wolfsburg we got 17.97. Look at where 17.97 is. It's at 0-0 scoreline. Take the SC 0-0 scoreline there. Already we have just identified that we should not expect an of 1.5. The immediate below it should be a 15.57, which lies at 1-0 scoreline. So we expect a SC 1-0. And then the golden ratio lies at 0.213, which should be at right there. So we expect at this one here is at 13.24. We expect a 1-1 scoring. So here we expect an SC 1-1. Let me tell you, this game lost. So we expect a 0-0. We expect a 1-0, and this game went on a 1-0 scoring. So this one lost. Why? Because we had a 1-0 scoring in that game. That's poor. Alright, that's actually what we have. Let's go now to the next game, which should be, if Wadra, I think so, if Dovre. Look at this other side. I think I gave this game with a very, very raised voice because they wanted to feel proud of doing it, giving it. So this game we had, and actually look, East Bengal was the game with the least odds and it lost. It took even the bookies by surprise itself as well. Ivodre, let's look at here, Ivodre. Let's look at 9.91, lies at scoreline 1-1. Let's see, 1-1. After that, the immediate below it should be at around 1-2, which I think is 8.59. I don't think there's anything bigger than that. Expect the 9.11. So we expect an SC at 1-2. And then you expect for the golden ratio at 0.007. Golden ratio lies here. See the number here is exactly the number here, and it is this one right here. So we expect a 0-1. Already the over 1.5 is nullified because we expect a 0-1 there for the golden ratio, and this one lost proudly because if Dobre, let's me look where it is. If Dobre went on a 1-0 scoreline. Score 1-0. It lost painfully. Let's talk about that game and go on out. The other game which should be in England, I think so. Sheffield. Another surprising game we expect at 22.02. What did you expect? Did you even have? We actually, for the Sheffield versus Sunderland, we actually had the sacred relation, and I remember saying this relation is sacred, blah 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 blah. Now let's look at what we have here. We expect at 22.02, which lies at SC 0, 0. You can see it, 0, 0. Alright, then after that, the one that just comes below it should be 1-0 in favor of team 1. So we expect an SC 1-0. Already of 1.5 is already nullified there. So let's look at this relation for the golden ratio. Golden ratio we expect a 0.001, which lies here, which is a 0-1 scoreline. So for SC 0-1. And for that game, we had a 0-0, we had a 1-0, we had a 0-1. We lost it because the game went on 1-0. We gave an 1.5, it lost, it went on a 1-0. Painful. Let's stop that and go to the next game, which should be the game just below it, 11.97. 11.97 lies at 1.1. So we expect SC 1-1. And then the one that's below it should be 9.31. I don't think there's any other percentage higher than that except the 11.97. We expect 9.13 at 1-0 already, or 1.5 is nullified. 0.004, which lies, I think, right there, which is 1. So 1, second one. 7.5 lies at 1-2. So here it lies at SC 1-2. Alright. So what was the scoreline for this game? The scoreline for this game was a proud 0-0. And then I just stayed right there disappointed because, and actually these are contradicting info. Remember, for the contradicting info games that usually have a consistency of around 90% and above, I tell you guys, this relation was beaten by the Golden Prison. Alright, so it lost. Let's go now to the next game, which will be St. Pauli. Now look at this game. St. Pauli is an over 1.5 for 1.29, and it's a sacred relation. The thing is, for the sacred relation, we were not really confident with it when it comes to the German league. German leagues, the Argentinian leagues, and the early morning leagues, they usually do not work for this model. Alright, but let's look at what it has for these new relations. The 22.48 lies at 0-1 scoreline, so we expect an SC 0-1. After that, we expect on the second game, on the just one below it should be, I think, think a number just below it should be 11.36. Not really. 16.36. Is it? Yeah, I think so. It's just the same. So SC 0. We expect a 0 0. And then when you come to the golden ratio, 0.0015 lies right here at 15.44. It lies at SC 0 2. Alright, what did we really have for this relation? I think this relation won. Yeah, this relation won at, I think so, 3-1. Now look at what we have here, the German league again. I feel like saying, oh my man. Sad. No, it didn't won. It won, yeah. It won for the 1.5, but not for this relation. It lost. Alright. Because also for the over 1.5 right here, most of the German leagues for our relations right here, we tend to avoid it. And look closely, this game, I think I gave it for the pick, not for the ultimate pick, because I was not really certain with such game. Not really certain at all, and I wanted it to go to the and not to the ultimate picks. Alright. Yeah, so regardless, it won. Feels bad because I really wanted to justify that this thing works 100%, but I'll show you exactly how it works for the games that I've got over 1.5 for all of them. I'll show you the results. Just stay on. I'm going to show you everything. So after that, I think that's the last game, isn't it? Yeah, it's the last game. But now let me show you. Let's go into the Quartzic and try to see what was happening there. I think for this game it had all of 1.5. So we got 11.58. 11.58 lies at 1-1. So we got SC 1-1. Then after that, we've got just the one below it, which should be where is it? It should be 10.99. I think this one 0 1. Okay, and then the golden ratio is at 0.002 lies right here where we expect, which is this one here, we expect a 1-0. So let's see 1-0. So let's look at the Quartzic. We expect a 1-1, expect a 1-0 and a 0-1. This game had a very lucky outcome because we had it won at 0-2. Very lucky because they didn't really tell you about the over 1.5 for all of them. And actually also for the German game, I think it was a little bit lucky. The outcome was exactly as expected. So let me take you through quickly through the other relations that I was telling you. Those that I think have got the over 1.5s, all of them, and they won. So let's go back to the Hivodre. Now, nice. This game here. Let's go to the first two games just above it. 6.54. 6.44 is right here. We expect a 1-2 scoring. Right here, expect SC 1-2. Nice. When we come now to the other relation, which is just below it, I think it's 6.31. I think so. Confirm it for me. I think it's 6.31, which is at 2-2. So expect SC 2-2. And then we come to the golden ratio, expect 0.005. Expect, where is it? 0.0005 should be right here, which is 1 to 3. So we are 1 to 3, so it should be at 4.06, where we expect 3 to scoreline. So that's an SC 3-2 scoreline. What happens? For all of them, we've expected an over 1.5, and what has transpired? We had a 1-3 scoreline. So that one won 1-3. Proud enough to say so. Okay. Another game, just game B above it, which should be this one, 10.5. 10.25. 10.25 lies at this point right here. 10.25 is at 2-0. It should be SC 2-0. And then we expect the game, just the percentages below it should be at 9.67, which is at 2-1. See, 2-1 so far, of 1.5 is justified. So let's go to the over 0.012. 0.012, where is it? Should be here. So here we are going to count on 3, so we are coming up to right here, which is the 4th cell. So we expect a 3-1 scoreline. Let's see, 3-1. What was the result for this game? The game won at 0-3. For all of them, they justified an over 1.5, and the over 1.5 was served. Alright, and also the over 2.5 was also served right there. Okay, but the over 1.5 is what we were supposed to pick. Yeah, let's take just a random game like just this one. Let's look at this one. We've got 14.84. 14.84. This one is one of those many lucky games. 14.84 has got a 1-0. And then when you come to the one below it, you expect a 1-1. When you come to the golden ratio, you expect a 0.007, which should be around here. We expect at 8.31, we expect a 2-0. So expect 1-0, 2-0, and a 1-1. And the game went on at 3-1. One of those lucky games. And then when we come just to the game below it, let me show you. Coding versus Hosense, 9.95. 9.94 is right here. We expect a 1-1 scoreline. There's a total of 1 possible scoreline. Then we expect actually a total of 2. When we come to the one just below it, should be at 9.88, where we expect a 1-2 in favor of team 2. And then when we come to the golden ratio is 0.003. 0.003, where is it? Right here. 4.7, not really there. 4.7 should be this one. Right here is at 0.3. So far we've got 1-1, 1-2, and 0.3. All of them say we expect an over 1.5. So for holding, we had a 1-2 score line. That means it won. Alright, go to the next game, which should be this one. 13.13. Right here, we expect a 1-1. We expect a 0. At the list just below it should be 11.5. We expect a 0-1, and we expect a 0.008, which should be here, which we expect a 1-2. So expect a 1-2, we expect a 1-1, and a 0-1. We shouldn't have paid attention to the over 1.5, and we were not supposed. Regardless, it went on a 1-1 scoreline of that game. Let's come to this game, which is in Hungary. We expected. Let me now show you that it works on across. If they all tell us that we're expecting an over 1.5, it works across, I think, all leagues. So for here, we expected a 9.91. We expected a 1-1 scoreline. There's a total of 2. We expected for the one just below, it should be a 9.19. We expect a 1-2 scoreline. So we expect a 1-1 and a 1-2. Then for the golden ratio, 0.00225, we expect is right here, which is 6.39. We expect a 0-2 scoreline. So expect a 1-1, a 1-2, and a 0-2 of 1.5. And what was the result for that game? The results for that game was a 4-2 scoreline. Alright, a 4-2 scoreline. It means it won. Let's go to the next game, which should be in Vitesse Arnhem. Vitesse Arnhem 10.58. 10.58 is right here, which is 1-1. We've got just the one below it should be at 9.08, I think so. 9.08 is at 1-2. Then we come to the golden ratio, 0.0009 should be right here, which we count to 1, 2, 3. So we count to 1, 2, 3. We come to 0.6. So we've got a 2-2 scoreline. So we expect a 1-1, we expect a 1-2, and we expect a 2-2. What was the result for that game? So Vitesse Arnhem went on what? Went on a 2-2 scoreline. Who is more proud than I am? Let me show you the next game. Let's look at this one. This is also one of those lucky games. Not so lucky because let's look at it. 8.27. 8.27 right here. 1-1. The one just below it should be 7 point. We expect a 1-2. Then it happens for this one. It does not really see. Where is 7 point? right here. Wait a minute. 8.27 Telstar 8.27, then we've got 1.1, then we've got 1.2, and then we've got where is it, 7 points right here, which should be a 1.3 scoring. So let me check. 1.3 scoring, we've got 1.1, we've got 1.2 and 1.3 scoring. The game went on a 2.2. I think this is the game above here is the one that went on 1.2 scoring. Alright, this is the game that went on 1.2 scoring. Let's look at the game just below it. 10.28 lies here at 1.1. The one just below it should be 8.78 at 2.1. Then for this one, it contradicted everything and told us that we're expecting an under 1.5 because it gave us a what? Gave us a 0.1 scoring. What happened is that for this game, very luckily it went on a 2.1. Not really bad. If we look at the next game, we expected a couple of goals in this game. We expected 8.90. We expected an 8.90. It tells us we expect a 1.2. That's a total of 3. Expect the one just below it should be at 8.01. 8.01. We expect at 1.3. And then when we come to the golden ratio, expect 0.0008. 0.001 right here, which should be at 5.4, which is at 1.4. So we expect 1.2, expect 1.3, and we expect 1.4. The thing is, the game went on a 1.1 scoring, and a 1.5 was justified there. Yeah, so those are the relations that we have, guys. Alright, it's been a long video, but I think it's enough if I tell you. So for the over 1.5, if they tell us that we expect an over 1.5 across all of them, we are going to pick it. And if they tell us that we expect an under 1.5 on across all of them, we start now thinking about the what? The under 2.5 or maybe the under 3.5. Mostly the under 3.5 is much safer. Alright, so that's what I want us to start looking at as soon as we come back tomorrow. Today we are not going to post the predictions because it's quite late when we do this video. We are actually going, let's see if we are going to do the analysis for the game, but let's try expecting us tomorrow. Alright, yeah, so I think that's all. Let me see you tomorrow. Alright, bye bye. I'm your fellow admin, Stephen K. Macharia. Bye bye.